A fired SAPD detective is arrested in connection with botched sex crime investigations. A low-funded campaign continues against Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolff. And rescue activists criticize animal care services intake policy. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Monday, October 22nd. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. A fired San Antonio police detective faces criminal charges over accusations he botched the investigation of more than 130 cases of sexual assault and family violence. 17-year department veteran Kenneth Valdez was fired twice in the last year, including once in November after police suspected he had mishandled the cases, and now faces 8 counts of tampering with evidence. Police officers are seldom charged criminally in connection with their official duties, and in the grand jury indictment, the 46-year-old is accused of 4 counts of concealing evidence, including DNA swabs, a phone, and 2 video recordings, while the other counts are for making false entries in the police department's record management system. The former police officer's arrest comes nearly a year after supervisors in the Special Victims Unit noticed the division was not filing as many cases as normal with the Bexar County District Attorney's Office, a discovery that led to an internal affairs investigation that found Valdez had not properly investigated or pursued more than 130 sexual assault or family violence cases. While campaign finance reports show probate judge Tom Rickhoff is continuing to wage an essentially unfunded campaign to defeat Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolff next month, the Republican hasn't reported a single contribution since announcing his candidacy in December and has spent only about $8,000 on the race, with roughly only $400 on hand as of September 27th. While Judge Nelson Wolff's report shows he's spent $223,000 so far, with approximately $467,000 remaining. A staple of San Antonio politics, Judge Wolff, a former state senator and San Antonio mayor, has been county judge since he was appointed to the seat in 2001 and now seeks his 5th re-election. Like Wolff, Judge Tom Rickhoff has been on the Bexar County ballot and won since the 1970s, when he was first elected district clerk. He has since served as a judge on district, appellate, and probate courts, and says he is banking on that reputation in November. Early voting begins today and runs through November 2nd, followed by Election Day on November 6th. And after an injured stray picked up in the city of San Antonio was turned away based on the address of the person who happened to find the dog, rescue activists are criticizing the policy that made the rejection possible. In a video, the live release manager for Animal Control Services can be seen refusing a dog that was brought in with a broken leg, noting that while the agency cannot check where the dog was found, that, quote, "We know where you live," meaning that being found by a non-San Antonio resident made the animal ineligible for ACS resources. The Bexar County resident who found the dog eventually just handed off the animal to someone who lives within San Antonio city limits, who then provided their Alamo City address, which allowed ACS to agree to pick up the dog. The incident has stirred outrage among some local rescue activists who find it absurd that an injured stray picked up in the city of San Antonio can be turned away by ACS solely based on the address of the person who happens to find the animal. Friday, ACS said in an email that as the shelter provides animal control services for San Antonio residents only, it is standard to ask for identification for anyone who does a transaction with the organization, including anyone who brings in an animal. noting that Bexar County provides services for their residents at their own separate animal shelter. And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Monday, October 22nd. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.